I love you, Jack. And you didn't leave us. You in heaven. Your spirit is with us. You still here. You still here. And you didn't leave us. You still here. Ain't mama with us. And we gonna keep going. Know that.
So in this video, I'm going to be exposing DC YoungFly because he literally admitted that his girlfriend is still alive. He hinted at this with his speech that he did at the funeral. And then I'm also going to expose 3 of his other characters because he has multiple characters. And I'm also going to be exposing his girlfriend, Jackie O's characters, because I found 3 of her characters as well. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys a clip of DC YoungFly admitting that GloRilla is Bow Wow. Because if you guys remember, I made a couple videos about it. And a few months later, he went on Wild 'N Out and admitted in plain sight that GloRilla is Bow Wow. So make sure you guys watch this video all the way to the end so that you guys can see that video. But anyways, let's get right into the video. So as you can see, he's giving this speech at the funeral. And they always have to do symbolism to let you know that all of this is staged. As you can see, while he was giving the speech, he did one-eye symbolism in plain sight. And here's the video where he says she is still alive.
I love you, Jack. And you didn't leave us. You in heaven. Your spirit is with us. You still here.
So notice in that video, he said she's still with us. And then he said she's in heaven, but she's still here. So he's telling everyone in plain sight that she's still here. He even said her spirit is still here.
Your spirit is with us. You still here.
And that's true because even though they killed off her character, her spirit is still here in other characters. And I'm going to show you guys her other characters later on in the video. But anyways, what he said didn't make any sense because he's telling a lie and a truth at the same time. What he said right there was completely contradictive. He said that she's in heaven, but her spirit is still here. You know, that clearly doesn't make any sense because if you're in heaven, how could you still be here? So he's telling a lie and a truth at the same time. You know, the lie is that she's in heaven and the truth is that she's still here. And as I explained in my last video, heaven and hell are just mind states. So he's pushing that Christian agenda that I've been exposing in my last few videos. You know, like I told you guys, they're pushing religion a lot on people right now because religion traps your mind and your soul.
Religions were made to hide the truth about yourself. Every religion has a sacred river. For the Egyptians, it's the River Nile. For Christianity, it's the Jordan River. This river is actually the canal which goes from the bottom of your spine to your third eye. Heaven and hell are complete mind states, which is the lower states of consciousness being hell and the higher states of consciousness being heaven. This is the ascension process. This is the stairway to heaven, from physical matter to spirit. Now, even the Egyptians knew about this third eye called the pineal gland, and it is the seat of your consciousness. This body is a mortal body. Your consciousness is an eternal essence. You never actually die. Your pineal gland produces DMT and has tiny microcrystals wrapped all around it. This pineal gland is activated by turning the oil at the base of your spine into gas and rising up through this canal, activating your third eye. Religions were made to keep you in fear. Your head, H-E-A, is heaven, and heel is hell, and the bottom of your foot is called the soul. The Bible is not meant to be taken literally. It's an encoded scripture. The ancients knew this, and this is why they portrayed the brain in their artwork. The ancient Egyptians were depicting this as well. They knew the universe is mental. Everything exists within the mind. Hell, which is heel, is your lowest chakra, which is to do with survival mode and animal instinct. The highest states of consciousness are to do with the crown chakra, the highest chakra. This is the stairway to heaven. This is Jacob's ladder. This is why Jesus died at 33, because it symbolizes raising the Kundalini energy up the 33 vertebrae of your spine to heaven and becoming spiritual.
So I recommend you guys go check out my recent videos. Here's another clip where he's talking to one of his kids and notice that he says, "Don't you know mom is still with us?"
My children know. Ain't that right, baby? Don't you know that? Ain't mama with us. Know that.
So he admitted multiple times that Jackie O's death was fake. Here's another clip where he said that all of this is a fairy tale and a dream.
You know I love you, girl. You know. But you know, we here, baby. We here. Like you said, it feel like a dream. Feel like feel like a fairy tale.
So in that video, he said all of this is a fairy tale and a dream. So he's letting us know that it's not real. You know, fairy tales and dreams are not real. So that's what he's hinting at. You know, he's letting us know in plain sight that this is all fake and staged. And on top of that, he even made a post about this after she faked her death. And he said, I wasn't in a rush to post this because I wanted it to be a dream so bad. So again, he's putting it in plain sight that this is like a fairy tale and a dream. Another weird thing about this funeral is the fact that he's making so many jokes at the speech. Look at this video where he was making jokes and laughing at the funeral.
I love you, Jack. These kids are beautiful, man. God granted us strength to have 3. You know, I was trying to have 7 more. She gonna beat me up for that one. But I love you, girl. And you didn't leave us. Your spirit is with us. You still here.
So not only did he admit that it was fake and that she's still alive, but he's also making jokes at the funeral to let you know that it's all fake. You know, if somebody really lost their wife or their girlfriend that they have children with, they would not be making jokes about it. You know, he wasn't even sad at all in the entire speech, and he didn't cry at all either. He actually seems very happy because he's harvesting a lot of energy. Check out this video where he literally admits that he's harvesting people's energy.
Family needs is prayer. Pray for us, man. Send good energy our way. Just because I feel good when other people feel good around me. So when I really be saying I be taking energy from people, I be dead serious. If you happy, I'm over there soaking up the energy. So when I really be saying I be taking energy from people, I be dead serious. If you happy, I'm over there soaking up the energy.
So in that video, he said for people to pray for him. And then he said that he loves when people give him energy. He blatantly said that he's soaking up people's energy. So all of this is in plain sight. He admitted she's alive, and then he admits that he's stealing everyone's energy. And he's making jokes about it, which further proves that none of this is real, because these two characters were scripted to be together. As you can see, Ms. Jacky O and DC YoungFly have the same gematria in 4 ciphers, because these two characters were scripted to be together. And you can tell their relationship is fake. You know, they don't even follow each other on Instagram. As you can see, DC YoungFly is not following Ms. Jacky O, and Ms. Jacky O is not following DC YoungFly. And on top of that, DC YoungFly has like no pictures of her from before she died. You know, he only has like 1 or 2 pictures with Jacky before she died, and it's all the way at the bottom of his page. So their relationship doesn't make any sense. And not only was he doing one eye symbolism during the funeral, which is letting you know that he's telling you half of the truth and half of a lie, because when they're covering one of their eyes, they're only telling you half of the truth. You can only see the full truth if you have your third eye open. And not only was he doing one eye symbolism, but he was also doing the hidden hand. As you can see, he has one hand in his pocket while the other hand is out. And in case you guys didn't know, this is a ritual that they do in Freemasonry called Sign of the Master of the Second Veil. And this symbolism is basically them hiding one hand, which basically means they're hiding their intentions. What they're presenting to you is not the truth, because this entire situation is staged and scripted. So now let's talk about Jacky O's other characters. As you can see, Jacky O looks so much like Khloe Kardashian. This one is really easy to see. Here's another really good comparison as well. And here's another comparison. And notice that they're both doing the same symbolism right here as well. They're pointing a finger to their head, which basically symbolizes knowledge, because they're hiding all the esoteric knowledge from you. And as you can see, their eyes are very similar as well. And they even have the same gematria. Ms. Jacky O equals 51, just like Khloe Kardashian. Another connection is that Jacky O's birthday is November 3rd. And she faked her death on June 1st. Which means she faked her death 210 days after her last birthday. And Kardashian equals 210. And Illuminati is 210 as well, along with Freemasonry ritual. So now let's talk about their other character, which is Karol G. As you can see, Khloe Kardashian and Karol G look so much alike. and they're doing one eye symbolism in both of these pictures. So this one is very easy to see as well. Here's another really good comparison. And right here you can see they have the same jawline as well. And even these two characters have the same gematria. They both equal 24 and 18. And their names both start with a K. So here's some more comparisons. They have the same hairstyle right here. And right here you can see they literally have the same face. So here's some comparisons of Karol G and Jacky O, because all three of these characters resemble each other because they're all the same. Especially right here. This is another really good comparison. An interesting connection between these characters is the fact that they both had this light blue hair color at one point in time. And on top of that, Jacky O was a member of the Wild 'N Out show. As you can see, she's on the show right here. And the connection here is that her other character, Karol G, was also on Wild 'N Out. As you can see, she even performed on Wild 'N Out. And here she is with Nick Cannon. So not only is there multiple connections, but they even have the same gematria. As you can see, Jacky O and Karol G have the same gematria in 4 ciphers. And then Jacky and Karol G both equal 60. Another connection is with Karol G's real name. Her name is Carolina Navarro. Her first name, Carolina, has the same gematria as Jacky O in 4 ciphers. So now let's compare all 3 characters because they're all connected. As you can see, Ms. Jacky O equals 33, just like Karol and Khloe. They all equal 33. And Jacky O faked her death at age 33. And her real name is Jacqueline Smith. And Karol G's real name is Carolina Navarro. And as you can see, all 3 of these characters' real names are 155 in gematria. So now let's talk about the number 22. As you can see, this is the picture that Wild 'N Out posted when she faked her death, because this picture is very scripted. Shout out to Devon Sade because she noticed a big connection right here. And this proves that everything they do is scripted and staged, because there's this person in the background wearing the number 22, as you guys can see. And this is not by coincidence. Everything they do is for a reason. You know, they specifically took this picture with this person in the background so that they can use this number 22 in the future when she fakes her death, because her real name Jacqueline is 22 and died is 22 in the same cipher. And then her real birthday is November 3rd, 1989, as you guys can see. And her real date of birth has a numerology of 22. And she faked her death 22 weeks before her upcoming birthday. And then here's a picture of Karol G, and ironically, she's also wearing the number 22. And they did a lot of predictive programming with Jacky O's death before she died. So 2 months ago, ESTG made a song called Pray You Die in Surgery. And 2 months later, Jacky O fakes her death after getting plastic surgery. And when you look at the date of this video, it's March 16th, which was exactly 2 months and 2 weeks before Jacky O faked her death. So that's another 22. So now you guys can see that this person was wearing the number 22 for a reason, because later on they were going to script her death with the number 22. So this proves that they have actors who are acting as real people at these shows, but they're not real people. They're actually there for a reason to script things out like this. So shout out to Devon Sade because she found this really good connection. I'll put a link to her video about this in the description. So moving along, these characters are men, by the way. When they create these characters, they give them male features and try to present them as a female, because not only does Jacky O look like a man, but they made it really obvious that Khloe Kardashian is a man. You know, she looks extremely masculine right here. And this creature is not even human in general, but what they're trying to present is a masculine female. As you can see right here, she doesn't look human at all. And she looks extremely masculine for a female. And right here you have Karol G, and she looks extremely masculine as well. And again, this doesn't even look like a real human. So the reason these characters look like men is because their base character is Elvis Presley. And I made a video about this 4 months ago. So if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend it. I'll put a link in the description below. Not only did I expose how Elvis is behind all of these characters, but I also talked about the characters that he had before Elvis, like the Statue of Liberty, and he also has ancient characters as well. So I recommend you guys check that out. But anyways, here's some really good comparisons of Elvis and Khloe Kardashian. You know, this one is really easy to see. So an interesting connection with all four of these characters is the fact that they all have 5 letters in their name. So Elvis, Khloe, Karol, and Jacky are all 5 letters. So now let's talk about Jackie O's other characters, because she's a very mixed character. You know, she mostly looks like Khloe Kardashian, but she's also mixed with Lil' Kim. As you can see, they look very similar in these two comparisons. And they also mixed her character with Marilyn Monroe as well. So she's a mixture of all 3 of these characters. But I noticed that there's a lot of connections that she has with Marilyn Monroe. You know, they did a little riddle with this, and I'll explain that very soon. But first, take a look at these comparisons of Jackie O and Marilyn Monroe, because these two characters look so much alike. And when I was making these comparisons, I noticed a very interesting detail about both of their faces right here. If you look closely at their left eye, which is the right for us, you can see that they both have the same twitch on their left eye. And also the shape of their eyebrows is exactly the same. So that's a very interesting detail I noticed. And she put this one in plain sight because she did a very old-fashioned photo shoot before she died, where she looked a lot like Marilyn. And also she posted this video where she literally dressed up like Marilyn. And in the caption, she admitted that she's Marilyn Monroe. She said, "It's Marilyn Monroe's birthday. Had to post my Lil Jackie Monroe shoot." So she mixed her name with Marilyn Monroe's name. And notice how she posted this on June 1st, 2022, which was exactly 1 year before she faked her death. As you can see, TMZ posted that Jackie O died on June 1st. So what are the chances that she made this post about Marilyn on June 1st, and then exactly 1 year later she dies? And on top of that, June 1st is Marilyn Monroe's birthday. So she dressed up like Marilyn on her birthday and then died on her birthday the next year. So all of this is in plain sight. On top of that, she died on Marilyn Monroe's 97th birthday. As you can see, Marilyn Monroe would have been 97 on June 1st, 2023. And death equals 97 and Marilyn equals 97. So that's a very interesting connection. Another connection is the fact that Marilyn faked her death at age 36, and her other character, Jackie O, faked her death at age 33. So both of these characters died in their 30s, and their ages were 3 years apart. And on top of that, both of their names have the same gematria. So Jacqueline Smith equals 33, and Marilyn Monroe is 33. And notice how similar their names are. Marilyn and Jacqueline both have Lynn at the end of their name, and they're both 7 letters as well. So that's very interesting. And also Jacqueline Smith and Marilyn Monroe have the same gematria in 5 ciphers. As you can see, they have 179, 71, 1074, 356, and 231 in 5 reverse ciphers. And then Jackie O and Marilyn Monroe are 73 in gematria. And notice how both of their stage names sound very similar as well. You know, Jackie O and Monroe. So another interesting connection is the fact that ESTG's song that was predictive programming was uploaded on March 16th, which was exactly 76 days before she faked her death. And her real name, Jacqueline, is 76. And Marilyn Monroe's real name, Norma Mortensen, is also 76. And as you can see, her real name is Norma Mortensen. So the next connection deals with her other character, because as you guys know, me and Devon Sade have videos about Britney Spears being one of Marilyn's characters. So if you guys are interested in those videos, I'll put a link to our playlist in the description below. And as you can see by these comparisons right here, Britney and Marilyn look so much alike. So the interesting connection about this is that Jackie O posted a video of Britney Spears 2 years before she died. And this is a big connection because Jackie O comes from Maryland and Britney Spears also comes from Marilyn Monroe. So what are the chances that she posted Britney Spears, which is one of Marilyn's characters, and then she fakes her death on Marilyn's birthday? So there's so many connections on this. But I think the biggest connection here is the fact that Jackie O is named after Jackie O, which is JFK's wife. As you can see, there's even a book about the other Jackie O. The only difference is that this Jackie O is spelled with IE at the end instead of a Y. But either way, it's the same name. You know, so she named herself after the other Jackie O, whose real name is Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. So as you can see, her nickname was literally Jackie O. And the big connection here is that this other Jackie O was JFK's wife, and JFK had an affair with Marilyn Monroe. So this is why DC YoungFly's girlfriend Jackie O named herself after JFK's wife, because JFK had an affair with Marilyn Monroe. And they gave us so many hints about this. You know, there's this video from 10 days ago that talks about how they're making a new book about this other Jackie O called Finding Jackie. And what are the chances that they're doing this a week after the other Jackie O faked her death? And look at how subliminal they were in the caption. They titled it DC Writer Tells Untold Stories About Jackie O. They purposely put DC in there because the other Jackie O's boyfriend is DC YoungFly. So they're being very subliminal with this. Another connection is that not only did Jackie O die on Marilyn Monroe's birthday, but she also died 2 days after John F. Kennedy's birthday. His birthday is on May 29th. And another connection is the fact that his first name is John, as you can see. And DC YoungFly's first name is John as well. So there's no way that all of these connections could be a coincidence. You know, and you can even keep getting deeper with it. You know, his name is DC YoungFly. And JFK was the president in Washington, D.C. You know, the White House is located in Washington, D.C. And his name is literally DC YoungFly. So there's just so many connections here. And all of these connections prove that one of the characters that Jackie O is based off of is Marilyn Monroe. You know, every celebrity is a character and they're not naturally made. So when they're creating the character, they artificially mix other celebrity characters that they've already made in the past. So when they were creating the Jackie O character, they mixed Marilyn Monroe with Khloe Kardashian and Lil Kim, and that's how they created Jackie O. But anyways, moving along, since we're on the topic of Washington, D.C., because his name is DC YoungFly, you know, it reminded me of the symbolism that they have in Washington, D.C. As you can see, the Washington, D.C. street layout has an upside-down pentagram pointing at the White House. And then when you look at Capitol Hill, you know, where the U.S. Capitol is located, if you look at it from the top, you can see that it makes the shape of an owl. And they do a lot of owl symbolism. You know, Drake's symbol is the owl. And they have a statue of an owl at the Bohemian Grove. And there's also an owl hidden on the front of the dollar bill. As you can see, it's very small. But if you look closely, you can see it. And speaking of the dollar bill, I showed you guys some pictures of a creepy looking creature that is hidden on the dollar bill. You know, when you fold the dollar bill and you put two of them together, you can see this weird creature that is smiling with sharp teeth. And it's like a very sinister smile. Here's a better look so you guys can see it. And you could even try this yourself. This is a very real picture that is coded in the dollar bill. And there's many things that they've hidden in the dollar bill. Even this part of the dollar bill looks like an alien. And all of this is representing the evil entities that these celebrities are, because they're not human. You know, this is why we have many names for them, like fallen angels, demons, shapeshifters, etc. These are all analogies to the evil entities that they are, because they're definitely not human. And as you can see, they even have pictures of other evil entities on other dollar bills as well. You know, not only the US dollar. Here's different pictures of dollars from around the world where they have a creepy looking entity hidden in these dollar bills. Here's another one that has the same grin as the one on the US dollar bill. So this is encoded in every single country. Now let's get into DC YoungFly's other characters. In my recent video about DC YoungFly, I showed you guys how DC YoungFly admitted multiple times that the main character he's based off of is Bobby Womack. And he put it right in our face. You know, he literally has an album called Fly Womack. And he also made a tweet where he said, Bobby Womack is my guy. And he did this video going into detail about how Bobby Womack is his hero. And he really went into detail about these stories that many people his age don't even know about. But for some reason, he knows all about it and he loves it.
Do y'all know the Bobby Womack story? What happened with Bobby Womack? Sam Cooke.
Yeah.
Now, he had a little homie named Bobby Womack who sang, if you think you're lonely now. Listen, what you mean how I know that? That's my hero. Then he made a song about it, about having his partner. How did he start off when he say, he's the best friend I've got. I give him the shirt off my back. He left me at home with his wife. I wish he didn't trust me too much. I swear on everything he said that. Pull up Bobby Womack.
So in my last video, I just showed you guys Bobby Womack. But of course, DC YoungFly has many other characters. Another one of his characters is Young, and his name is Terry Rozier. And he's a basketball player in the NBA for the Hornets. And as you can see, they look exactly alike. You know, even from the side profile, you can't deny how much these two characters look alike. It's actually ridiculous that they even did this, because this is right in our face. And they also have another character called Slim 400, who's a young rapper that faked his death as well. So this is something that is very common with these characters. You know, Bobby Womack faked his death, Slim 400 faked his death, and now DC YoungFly's girlfriend faked her death. As you can see, Slim 400 and Terry Rozier look so much alike. And if you guys remember last year, when Slim 400 faked his death, I actually exposed how he is Terry Rozier and DC YoungFly. So I actually made a video about DC YoungFly last year before his girlfriend Jacky O faked her death. So it really seems like this Jacky O situation is damage control to the fact that I already exposed DC YoungFly in the past. So if you guys are interested in that video, I'll put a link to it in the description below. I really recommend you guys check that video out because there's so many connections between Slim 400 and Young Dolph. As you can see, they literally did a song called Shake Back, and the cover is Slim 400 and Young Dolph's name on the tombstone. So there was a lot of predictive programming with these two characters. But anyways, a big connection with all of these characters that DC YoungFly has is the fact that they're all connected to the number 3. So Terry Rozier is number 3 for the Hornets, and he used to be number 12 for the Celtics. But either way, 1 + 2 is 3, so it still has a numerology of 3. And notice how he's also throwing up the 3 with his hand. And then his other character is DC YoungFly, and DC YoungFly's girlfriend dies at age 33. And Slim 400 also faked his death at age 33. And he was friends with Nipsey Hussle, as you can see. And Nipsey also faked his death at 33. So it's not a coincidence. And if you guys are interested in my video about Nipsey, I'll put a link to this in the description below. And as you can see, Nipsey faked his death at age 33. And they do this on purpose. You know, the fictional character Jesus Christ died at age 33. And all of this is symbolic to the 33 vertebrae that we have on our spine, which is connected to our pineal gland. You know, all of these numbers are connected to us at the end of the day. This is why masonry is 33. You know, it's all symbolic to our anatomy. And as you can see, her stage name, Miss Jacky O, is also 33. And then fake death is 33, and deceiver is 33. And Jacky O is also 33. And in case you guys didn't know, they actually lied about Jacky O's age that she died at. She actually died at 33, but TMZ was reporting that she was 32. But I'm going to prove that she was 33. They let us know in plain sight. This is 100% proof that she was 33 and not 32. And I'm surprised that they still haven't changed the error that they made of her being 32. But all of this is for a reason, because there's a lot of scripting with the number 32 as well. But first, let's talk about the scripting with the number 33, because she was actually 33. And as you can see, DC YoungFly posted her actual birthday with this card that they have for her funeral. And as you can see, her real birthday is November 3rd, 1989. But when you look it up, they're saying that her birthday was 1990. So this is why they're reporting that she died at 32 and not 33. But if you do the math, she was actually 33, because November 3rd, 1989 to May 31st, 2023 is exactly 33 years and not 32. And I even showed you guys how her own family showed her actual birthday and death date, which proves that she was 33. And another interesting connection is that the address of this funeral has 3 threes in it. As you can see, this took place in Atlanta, Georgia, and the zip code is 3033. So none of this is a coincidence. Everything they do is scripted, including this error that they made about her being 32, because this is heavily connected to the year. As you can see, TMZ reported that she was 32, and they posted this article at 2:03, which is 23, and 23 is 32 reversed. And on top of that, this happened in 2023. And wild and out equals 32, and they're reporting that she died at 32. And Slim 400 has this picture where he's wearing the number 32. So I hope you guys see that all of these numbers that they wear and post are all for a reason. You know, this entire universe is ran upon numbers, so this is why they use them so much. Another connection is that the US debt just hit 32 trillion for the first time. So this is not a coincidence. What are the chances that the debt hit 32 trillion? And they reported that she died at age 32. And also fake death is 32, church is 32, religion, Lucifer, Christ, Freemason, and moon ritual all equal 32 as well. And all of these 32s and 23s are all connected to the skull and bones as well, because their number is 322. And notice how Jacky O has exactly 1,223 posts. So this is 223, which is 322 reversed. Now let's talk about the scripting of her last video. So her last video that she posted was 10 minutes and 38 seconds. And this is not a coincidence, because death equals 38. And shortly after this video, she faked her death. And also, if you look at it as the number 138, there's connections as well, because it's 1038, but the 0 has no value. So you can see it as 138. And Miss Jacky O is 138. DC YoungFly is 138. And Wildfires and Canada are also 138. And like I explained in my recent video, the wildfires happened in Canada around the same time that she faked her death. So I highly recommend you guys go watch that video. But anyways, now let's talk about the number 61, because there's this video where DC YoungFly says his dad had him at age 61.
Say you're the youngest of 6. What was it like growing up in the house?
Man, I come from an older family. Older family. Everybody know my dad had me when he was 61. So you get...
What?
Yeah. My oldest brother right now, 66.
How old?
66. My partner said I got a grandbrother.
What? Hold on. How you
said I got a grandbrother.
How you got a brother old enough to be your daddy?
Listen, man, I got great granddad. I got great niece. I'm a great uncle.
And notice in this video, he said that he comes from an old family, which is very symbolic because he comes from a very old character, which is Bobby Womack. And then he also mentioned that his oldest brother is 66. And there's a lot of connections with that. But let's focus on the number 61 because this is a direct connection to his girlfriend's death, because she faked her death on June 1st, which is 6/1, like 61. And fake death is 61. Scripted death is 61. Illuminati ritual, Freemasonic order, secret society, and shapeshifter are all 61 as well. And they said she had a sudden Miami death, and Miami death is also 61. And they said she had a mommy makeover, and mommy makeover is 61. Ritual murder and skull and crossbones is also 61. And then DC YoungFly's first name, John, is 61. And Jesus, cross, time, church, and Christianism is all 61 because everything they do is connected to religion, because religion is their biggest agenda. Especially right now, they're really pushing religion heavy with many celebrities. You know, DC YoungFly's entire funeral was pushing religion. But anyways, last thing I want to mention before I end the video is the fact that DC YoungFly literally admitted in plain sight that GloRilla is Bow Wow. And this is damage control because if you guys remember, I made 2 videos about this 8 months ago and 5 months ago because GloRilla responded after I made the first one, and now DC YoungFly responded after I made the second one. So if you guys are interested in these videos, I'll put a link in the description because Bow Wow is Lil Mama and GloRilla. As you can see, GloRilla looks exactly like Lil Mama and Bow Wow. So here's the video of DC YoungFly making fun of GloRilla on Wild 'N Out, and he purposely said that she looks like Bow Wow with a wig.
I am GloRilla Thoughts. Damn. When I wake up in the morning, I look like Bow Wow with a wig on.
Hopefully they don't copyright me for that video. But as you can see, I made my video on January 3rd, 2023. And they posted this on April 6th, 2023. So 4 months after I exposed her for being Bow Wow, they make this video of DC YoungFly saying GloRilla looks like Bow Wow with a wig. So they're putting it right in our face, and they always respond to me and Divine Sade's videos because not only is this damage control, but they're also giving us confirmation that what we said was true. And only people who are spiritually aware can see through the deception and see that they're actually confessing and putting the truth in plain sight for those who can see. For those of you that didn't watch my old GloRilla video, she actually responded to me as well because after I made the first video, she made this tweet about how her hair looks like 5 Bow Wow braids. And her other character is a boy, so I'm not surprised that she makes a lot of references to her being a boy. As you can see in March, she made this tweet saying that her private area is so fat that they think it's a male private part. You know, I can't say the word, but you guys can read it for yourself. And why would a girl even joke about something like that? That's extremely weird for a girl to say. She's basically just telling us in plain sight that she's a man. And on top of that, she also made a tweet saying she wants to be a caveman multiple times. So she's hinting that she's a man because she could have said cave woman, but she purposely put caveman. And then recently she said, "Stop calling me sis, please." So she doesn't want people to call her with a female pronoun. So again, she's hinting that she's a man. And she also made jokes about her being Sid from Ice Age. And Sid is a male character. So that's another hint that she's giving us that she's a man. And she's also admitting she's a character because right here she said, "Your favorite Ice Age character." So yeah, this is definitely a man. And this is not a human in general because she looks extremely weird. But her body type is that of a man. And rap pages even made jokes about how she doesn't look human. You know, right here they're making fun of how she looks because she looks very weird in this picture. You know, this definitely doesn't look like a human at all. And even regular people are starting to notice this. And here's a video where she's doing 2 M's with her hands. And it's actually 33. And Yo Gotti is doing the triangle hand sign as well. And I noticed that Yo Gotti is wearing a skull shirt in this picture, which is very symbolic because GloRilla might fake her death. She's hinted at this multiple times. She recently made a tweet where she said, "I want to go missing." So I wouldn't be surprised if she fakes her death. Now, last thing I want to talk about is this agenda that she's pushing because if you haven't noticed, these new celebrities are really trying to dumb people down. And GloRilla is pushing this agenda that being a smart person is not a good thing. You know, right here she said being the smartest person in the room is not a flex. So she's promoting for people to be stupid, and you can tell by the music she makes. So this is all an agenda to dumb people down because they do not like us at all. She even retweeted this tweet from Offset where he said, "I hate you guys with all my heart." So that's a very straight up thing that he just said right there. And this confirms what I've been saying about how they hate us and this is why they're always flipping everyone off in the camera. Here's another picture where she's flipping off her fans and everyone that follows her, and she's also doing one eye symbolism as well. And all celebrities are deceivers and liars, and she admitted this in this tweet right here. She said, yeah, she admits she be lying. That's the Leo in her. So there she goes, trying to blame the fact that she lies a lot on her zodiac sign. And that's a weird thing that many people do. You know, they try to blame their actions on their zodiac sign. But at the end of the day, your actions were your idea, not nobody else's. Nobody told you to do the things that you do. Everyone makes their own decisions, regardless of what zodiac sign they are. And the reason she said she lies a lot is because right here she's doing the one eye symbolism and the veil of silence, which literally means that she's gatekeeping information, you know, esoteric knowledge about ourselves. All celebrities are lying and they're playing a role as a stupid celebrity, but they actually have a lot of esoteric knowledge that they're hiding from us. And I made a whole video about it, but it got deleted. So if you haven't seen that video, the link is in the description. I recommend you guys check that out because I went more into detail about this. But yeah, that's basically what this means. And right here, she's doing the letter G with money, which also looks like a 6. But this G is also symbolic because this is the same letter they have on the Freemason logo. And also Karol G has the G in her name as well. Another agenda she's pushing is for people to not get married. As you can see, she said, so you guys believe in marriage in this generation? I just couldn't see myself being with one guy for too long. Guys start guying after the first 6 months. And notice what she said right here. She said, and baby, she's going to start guying right along with a guy. So this is yet another tweet where she's admitting she's a guy. You know, she said she's going to start playing the role of a guy right along with a guy. But regardless of that, she's promoting a very toxic agenda. If you haven't noticed, celebrities push agendas about how real love doesn't exist anymore and stuff like that. And they're so wrong about this because real love does exist. And love is the answer to everything. If we all loved each other, the world would be a way better place. So this is why celebrities promote that love doesn't exist. You know, there's many celebrities that have done this. Like XXXTentacion, he literally has a song called F Love. And they all push this agenda. You know, right here she's saying in this generation, real love is only for the moment. And that's not true. And this is why they have very stereotypical characters like GloRilla and Moneybagg Yo, where they promote this very toxic agenda for relationships. As you can see, they're promoting this very stereotypical toxic relationship agenda in this video. And if you guys haven't seen my video about Moneybagg Yo, I'll put a link to that in the description. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Subscribe to my Patreon. The links are in the description. And make sure you guys love yourself and try to love as many people as possible. Like I was saying earlier, love is the only answer. It's the only way we can all grow. And it's the only way you can move on from this life after you die. Because if you don't have a loving heart, you're going to stay here and you can't move on. So don't have a heavy heart. You know, we should all be more loving and caring for one another. So help as many people as you can in this lifetime and love as many people as you can. But always remember, you can't love anyone else until you love yourself. So take care of that first and then you can love everyone else. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all and I'm out.